In our headlines this morning, State Police Command reassures on effective security network across the state. Senator Ume empowers more youths in Anambra Central. Security forces deployed to Zamfara State to quell violent protests. On the foreign scene, gunmen attacked Libya's foreign ministry in Tripoli. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Nonye Ngokoye. The State Commissioner of Police, Mr. Garba Umar, has assured Anambra of a watertight and security and free flow of traffic across the state during this Yuletide. Mr. Umar stated this when he led his men to both aerial and land patrol of some parts of the state. Chibuzo Okoye has details of that report.
Explaining the essence of the patrol to the journalists at the bridgehead on Isha, the Commissioner of Police said that the patrol was to give confidence to the residents of the state that there is no cause for alarm. Mr. Omar, who said that chaotic traffic situation that occur every year during festivity compelled all the security agencies in the state to help in giving those coming to the southeast region to celebrate with their loved ones, as well as those moving out, easy access to their destinations. The state police boss, who noted that Anambra tops the chart in terms of states where security agencies always work in synergy to achieve a common goal and objectives, assured on the Anambra that they will continue to sleep with their two eyes closed during this Yuletide and appealed to the motoring public to always adhere to traffic rules and regulations for continuous free flow of traffic across the state. Mr. Umar further appealed to the residents of the state to furnish the command with genuine vital information that will help them to discharge their duties efficiently and effectively. The Commissioner and his team controlled traffic at the bridgehead, Upper Iweka, and Borough Mill roundabout, both in Onitsha, Oyagwazis of the old Enugu-Onitsha Express Road, among other strategic points.
The essence of this is to give confidence. People should see security agencies as friends. The special marshal, the military, the civil defense, the traffic, road safety, civil defense, everybody is involved. And this is what Anambra State is all about.
In Oka, it's been Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
Religious leaders in the state have extended goodwill messages to residents of the state as they mark the 2018 Christmas celebration. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzo Okoye has details.
In his message, the Metropolitan Archbishop of Onitsha, Most Reverend Dr. Valerian Okeke, urged Christians to imbibe the spirit of charity and ensure practice of justice for a better society. According to Archbishop Okeke, Christians ought to reflect on the mystery and reincarnation of Jesus Christ and reminded Christians that the Lord is always near. He said Christmas is a period of peace, joy and reconciliation, hence the need for the citizenry and the affluent to extend good hands of fellowship to the less privileged and vulnerable members of the society. In his message, the Archbishop, Ecclesiastical Province of the Niger, and Anglican Bishop of Nnewi Diocese, Most Reverend Godwin Opala, called on Nigerians to use the period of Christmas in praying for the smooth conduct of the 2019 general elections. Most Reverend Opala charged Nigerians to see next year's election as a national project. He urged eligible voters of Christian extraction to come out en masse during the election to help in enthroning God-fearing and credible leaders.
There is need for peace in the world. Our synod theme this year, taken from Mark chapter 4, verse 39, calls on the people to be peace ambassadors of Christ and also ambassadors of peace in families and communities.
The Anglican Bishop of Oka Diocese, Right Reverend Alexander Ibezim, in his message, said the birth of Christ has brought light, hope, and love to the world. Bishop Ibezim said, at Christmas, everyone should reflect on the great thing God did for humanity by sending his son to redeem the world.
Today in Nigeria, we are looking for leaders that will emerge in a very humble manner. And then they will receive the grace and the anointing in order to serve their people.
In his part, the Catholic Bishop of Oka Diocese, Most Reverend Paulinus Ezokafo, called on the citizenry to see next year's general election as a collective responsibility. In his message, the chairman Pentecostal Bishops Association, Archbishop Ephraim Ndife, cautioned Christians not to act on what is contrary to the spirit of Christmas.
I pray that the government, that good God will keep sustaining our government, because we are privileged to have one of the best government, great governor and his team, and that's why we're enjoying peace in Anambra State.
Christmas Day, which marks the birth of Jesus Christ, is commemorated all over Christendom with church services and other works of charity. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
The senator representing Anambra Central Senatorial District at the National Assembly, Chief Victor Ome, has yet again empowered 31 youths from the senatorial zone with 31 tricycles. The youths were selected 4 from each council area and others were randomly selected. Ngozi Obileri has details of our report.
The event, held in Oka, attracted members and supporters of the All Progressives Grand Alliance (APGA), political appointees, members of the Victume campaign organization, youths and women groups, among others. Presenting the tricycles to the beneficiaries, Senator Ume said that they were part of the 2017 constituency allowances due for supply in 2018, adding that the tricycles were in fulfillment of his electoral promise to give quality representation to his people. He noted that the tricycles were to support youths who have no strong means of livelihood, reiterating that women of the area will enjoy their own empowerment packages in January 2019, when they will benefit from 50 million naira microcredit scheme to better their lives. Chief Umeku also revealed that he has attracted 7 million naira worth of projects to his senatorial zone within the short time he spent at the Senate, added that he has a total of 40 physical projects to be executed in 2019 within the communities in the zone. He further clarified that all the people benefiting from his schemes are being carefully selected to reflect all the local governments and communities within the zone.
The constituency project funds in the 2018 budget have been released. Woo! Yes. The federal government released the money on Tuesday. I am Senator Victume OFR. I represent the people, good people of Anambra Central Senatorial District. You keep hearing it in plenary.
Earlier in his opening remarks, the chairman of Victume campaign organization, Prince Emeka Udodeme, commended the senator for his magnanimity in empowering youth, men and women of his senatorial zone, saying that Senator Ume, within a space of 10 months at the Senate, has set the red chambers charged with motions and bills. He noted that the lawmaker has done so much to uplift the economic and educational well-being of the people he represents within a short period. Mr. Udodeme added that the senator doled out 7 million naira for 70 indigent students carefully selected from Anambra Central Senatorial Zone, who smiled home with 100,000 naira each to help them take care of their school fees for the coming academic session. He recalled that Senator Ume sponsored the training of 451 persons from the Senatorial Zone on special skills, calling on the people to give their unalloyed support to the senator, especially during the coming election. On his part, the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Security Matters, Mr. Chikode Anara, applauded Senator Ume for the quality representation he is giving his people, noting that such is what is expected of those elected to represent the people.
The most distinguished Senator Dr. Victor Ume. Thank you, Senator. We promise to continue to stand with you, to be with you, to support you, and to pray for you.
In Oka, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
Now, on a cheery note, an ABS on-air personality, Mrs. Ife Onachukwu, has won the Best Soul-Lifting Presenter of the Year award among other broadcast stations in the Southeast Geopolitical Zone. The award was presented to her by the Assembly of Christian Music Singers International during the 2018 Southeast Media Family Feast of Praise at Rock Family Cathedral, Enugu. Emmanuel Chibata filed the report taken from our studios.
In a sermon during the event, the President, Assembly of Christian Music Singers International, Evangelist Solomon Ude, stressed that the media is of utmost importance in the dissemination of the gospel of truth, in which ABS has clearly distinguished itself through the program Gospel Travel and Testimony Garden, anchored by Mrs. Onachukwu. He noted that Jesus Christ humbled himself and came down to earth to save mankind from eternal destruction. Presenting the award, Evangelist Ude commended the management of the Anambra Broadcasting Service for their professionalism and unbiased ethical standards in its service delivery.
And there's a level of judgment that we place in every presenter that the station nominated for this award. So that is it. So based on that criteria, we find out that the Mrs. Ife Onachukwu met the requirements. Number one was compassionate in heart, how the person delivered the message to people, and how people may now the feedback. That's how we judge in this award.
Receiving the award, Mrs. Onachukwu, who explained that her program has been a platform for her in the service of God and humanity, expressed gratitude to the staff and management of the ABS for their support.
I can only say thank you very much. Thank you very much, and thank you. God will continue uplifting you, and you're going to do exploits in the Lord's vineyard through this association of yours. And the ABS will continue as well to touch lives.
In a remark, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Anambra Broadcasting Service, Ms. Ushewara, who was represented by the Director of Programs, Mrs. Kate I.G. Okeke, assured that the establishment will continue to live up to expectations in its service to the public.
I want to say a big thank you to this organization for counting us worthy and counting one of us worthy to receive this award. And I want to assure you on behalf of the team that ABS will go on and on. This award is just a platform for us to make forward progress to serve the people even more, because we want to attract more awards to this issue.
So very big congratulations there to Ife Onachukwu. We'll take a very short break here, and coming up after now is an update on Zamfara protest. There's more stories after the break. Join us again.
Season's greetings in the Anambra. I wish us all a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Chief Willie Obiano Abokuodike, Governor of Anambra State.
Welcome back to the news. Disturbed by the spread of violent protests across Gusau, the Zamfara state capital, President Muhammadu Buhari has ordered the military, the Department of State Service, DSS, the police and other security agencies to restore normalcy. The president condemned the killing of innocent Nigerians in Birnin Magaji community in Safe, local government area of Magami community in Farm district of Maradun, local government area of the state. The attacks were carried out by armed bandits. The protesters, including internally displaced persons, IDPs, went violent in their protest against incessant killings by bandits. They blocked the Gusau-Funtua-Zaria road, leaving commuters going to Zaria, Kaduna, Kano, Sokoto, and Kebbi State stranded for hours. The protesters set ablaze the secretariat of the Safe local government area and burnt down 18 vehicles and motorbikes, demanding that the federal government put an end to the orgy of killings of villagers. Mobile policemen were called in to restore normalcy. The protest, which was initially peaceful, was hijacked by some youths. Baby Chiziterem Obi, born to the family of Mr. and Mrs. Tochukwu Obi from Nteje, Oyi Council area of the state, has emerged ABS Christmas Baby of the Year. Baby Chiziterem Obi, born at the early hours of Christmas Day, weighed 3 kilograms and was delivered through normal process at the Chukwuemeka Odumegu Ojukwu University Teaching Hospital, Amako, Oka. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye has details of that report.
Speaking to the newsmen, the midwife on duty, Mrs. Judith Okonkwo, confirmed that the baby and mother is in good condition, stressing the need for exclusive breastfeeding and proper immunization of the child. Mrs. Okonkwo stated that they taught them how to take care of the child and clothe her according to the weather.
The mother will advise her to make sure she exclusively breastfeed the baby. Then the cord, we always teach them how to clean the cord to avoid infection until it falls off. Then making sure that they clothe the baby according to weather.
A friend of the family, Mr. John Egudum, thanked God for the entrance of the baby, noting that she came sharing same birthday with Christ and assured that she will be raised up with fear of God.
The birth of Christ we are celebrating today brought a new baby to us as well. So we are celebrating 2 new babies, Christ and the baby in the world now.
The mother of the child, Mrs. Joy Anekwobi, thanked God for seeing her through from conception through birth, praying God to visit other expectant mothers so as to feel the joy of motherhood. From Amako, Oka, Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
The governor of the Mexican state of Puebla and her husband, a senator and former governor, were killed in a helicopter crash, the country's president said. The helicopter's 2 pilots and an assistant to the senator also died in the crash. The aircraft went down 10 minutes after taking off in the Santa Maria Coronango area of Puebla, and the cause of the crash is still unknown. Alonso was sworn in as governor on December 14th after an electoral tribunal certified her victory in July polls. She was the first woman to occupy the position in Puebla, where her husband was governor from 2011 to 2017. According to the local constitution, the state legislature will have to appoint an interim governor and to call an extraordinary vote that must be held in 3 to 5 months. And on sports news, the array of sponsors notwithstanding, the Nigeria Football Federation (NFF) allegedly owes its workers 5 months' salaries. Also, the Amajo Pinnick-led NFF is said to owe Super Eagles technical advisor Gernot Rohr 2 months' salaries. Pinnick had boasted in Lagos that NFF could beat its chest anywhere, that it is 60 to 65% self-funded, saying that corporate Nigeria's support for Nigerian football and improved significantly over the years. The NFF actually celebrated its numerous sponsors in Lagos for their morale and financial support. At the occasion were bigwigs and representatives of various sponsors. However, despite the financial support from the companies, the NFF is said to be indebted to its workers and handlers of the senior national team. The Franco-German coach is allegedly facing financial stress due to unpaid bonuses and salaries by his employer. The development came just as the Secretary General of the body, Dr. Mohamed Sanusi, confirmed that he is being owed 5 months' salary. A source hinted that Rohr had been keeping quiet over the unpaid salary and bonuses because he does not want any confrontation with his employers that could become a subject of debate in the media. And now remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by logging on to our website, www.absradiotv.com. Like us at www.facebook.com/ABS Radio Television. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. And now the main points of the news once again. State Police Command has reassured on effective security network across the state. Senator Ume has empowered more youths in Anambra Central. Security forces have been deployed to Zamfara State to quell violent protests. And on the foreign scene, gunmen have attacked Libya's foreign ministry in Tripoli. And that's the news for this morning. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Nonye Mokoye. Good morning, Anambra continues.